Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of a tabletop comparison, doing a side-by-side comparison between the GLOCK 43 9mm and the SIG 938. The SIG, of course, is a steel gun, steel frame. I'm not sure whether it's alloy or metal, but it's definitely a lot heavier than the GLOCK 43. When I say a lot, it's just noticeable. Once you have it in the holster, I don't think it would be a problem. The SIG did have night sights on it, so once you start factoring that in, it is quite a bit more expensive. The SIG comes with a small 1911 style magazine. They are pretty thin, especially compared to the GLOCK. So carrying extra magazines, you could carry quite a few extras. The GLOCK also comes with a spare magazine that has a little bit of extra finger room on it for you. So just in comparison, the SIG is just a tiny bit thinner. Of course, I'm not going by the exact measurements. Somebody could quote specifications all day, and I'll try to put a link to them below. When you start looking at them, the SIG is just almost identical in height. And when you start including the length of the back strap, the SIG is just a hair shorter. The SIG has a single action trigger, so it's a 1911 trigger, and it's very crisp, smooth, around 5 or so pounds, 5.5 probably. The GLOCK is the 5.5 model. It's not quite as smooth, or excuse me, it's not quite as crisp, but it's longer and smoother. And what that does is it gives you more of a roll to the trigger, which is standard GLOCK. Of course, so is the little finger indention, finger safety here that hits the center of your finger. When you start looking at them, size by size comparison, the SIG is just going to be a tiny bit smaller. Of course, it's going to have a few more edges, it's going to be a little prettier. Of course, the GLOCK being all plastic, can't really polish it up too much, can't change the grips. You can add on grip socks, grip tape, stuff like that. With the SIG, you can actually change the grip. I've heard a lot of folks going with the Hogue grips. I plan to do a shooting comparison as soon as possible, but for right now, they're just going to be a tabletop comparison. If you have any questions, please post them below.